Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, one person is dead, 3 others are still unaccounted for, and now state police are trying to figure out why a family's home exploded.
After announcing his budget proposal, the lawmakers find out why Governor Matt Bevin doesn't plan to wait on slashing government spending.
And an autopsy scheduled today after 2 bodies were found in a Pike County house fire. The latest from police on that just ahead.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. I'm Rebecca Smith. Welcome in on your Wednesday.
Good to have you along. I'm Bill Bryant. A late game for the Wildcats tonight. It'll be 9 o'clock with Missouri coming into town, and details on that in sports a little later. A lot of news this morning, but let's check in with Micah in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, we're looking at maybe some flurries outside. There is that possibility. They're very spotty, if any at all, and they won't cause any issues. What you really have to watch out for, you see these temperatures upper 20s, lower 30s. Virtually all of us below that freezing mark as we track off into the morning hours. That means anything that melted yesterday will refreeze, or already has, overnight and into the early morning hours. So keep in mind some slick spots as you're walking out on your patio, as you're walking down the stairs, or even driving this morning. 33 by the afternoon. Pretty chilly day in store, but we're mainly dry except for a couple of flurries. We track off into the next several days and look towards your weekend. Your weekend is a phenomenal weekend coming up, and I'll have those numbers in just a few minutes.
All right, let's get to the news.
We are tracking a developing story out of southern Kentucky this morning. Kentucky State Police investigating a deadly home explosion in Adair County.
The details from there have been disturbing. Investigators say it all happened yesterday afternoon just outside of Columbia. They say the explosion killed at least 1 person, while 3 others remain missing this morning. WKYT's Mark Barber is joining us with more on the investigation. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. Neighbors say that this explosion was so strong they actually thought something hit their homes. The explosion that rocked the area tore apart a large log home. Only part of that house is still standing this morning. Investigators are now trying to figure out what caused the terrifying explosion. We're told several people were working on a car yesterday afternoon when the home about 5 miles outside Columbia erupted. The coroner tells us there is a gas well on the property. State police found a body in the debris, but 3 others are still missing this morning. So far, authorities have not identified the person who died or the 3 others who are missing.
In my 24-5-year career, I don't know that I've ever heard of a house exploding. You know, typically, if a house just burns, it typically burns on top of itself, but the debris field is scattered as if it exploded.
State troopers stayed at the scene through the morning. The coroner and a search team will be meeting them in just a few hours to start searching again for any survivors. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, we'll be hoping for the best, and we thank you for the report there, Mark. New this morning, fire officials say 2 bodies were found after a home caught fire in Pike County. That happened early yesterday morning at a home on US 460 in Elkhorn City. Firefighters say the home belongs to an elderly couple who were reported missing after the fire started. However, the Pike County Coroner's Office says the bodies have still not been positively identified. They say an autopsy is scheduled for sometime today.
Well, new this morning, Richmond police are asking for help locating a man accused of using stolen credit cards. This picture is from security footage at a Richmond Walmart. It was posted on the Richmond Police Department's Facebook page last night. Investigators are now looking for a man wearing a red ball cap with a kangaroo on it. They say he has been using stolen credit cards to buy green dot money cards, these Visa cards, at various Walmarts. While he's been captured on security footage multiple times, police say they can't get a good picture of his face.
Just a kangaroo hat. All right.
The kangaroo hat, yeah.
Governor Matt Bevin's first budget will not take effect until July 1st, but the new Republican governor is not waiting to slash government spending. In
his first state budget address, Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin said he is calling for $650 million in proposed cuts. There are also certain items that will not be cut, including the Kentucky Arts Council. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain joins us live with more on the governor's proposal.
Yeah, the city of Lexington had asked for $75 million to help with the revamping of Lexington's Convention Center. Bevin's proposed budget included $60 million of state bonds, to help with the project, a project that is roughly going to cost $250 million. Now, Lexington leaders were pleased with the announcement. As for other important takeaways, Bevin's proposed budget plan would cut $650 million of baseline spending. He said his proposal would add more than $1 billion in new money to the pension system for state workers and teachers over the next 2 years.
When you're in financial trouble, when you're in debt, you stop digging. You don't borrow more money. There'll be discussions about that, but I'll tell you right now, I will not sign any bill, I will not sign any budget that encumbers future generations with debt that we refuse to take responsibility for today. We will not do it.
Bevin said he would have liked to have seen tax cuts, but said the state could not afford them, saying, quote, "We cannot borrow our way out of debt, nor will we try." These areas were exempt from the proposal: Veterans Affairs, financial aid, public safety, and Medicaid. And Bevin's proposal won't take effect until July 1st. That's when he will immediately cut 4.5% of the budget. Live in Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray has announced he is running for the United States Senate. He filed paperwork in Frankfort yesterday morning to run for the Democratic nomination. Republican Senator Rand Paul is the incumbent in the seat. Mayor Gray said Washington is filled with dysfunction and gridlock, and he says he wants to change that.
The American dream is slipping away. And unfortunately, Washington is part of the problem.
Mayor Gray also said his first priority would be creating jobs in Kentucky. He claimed that Senator Rand Paul is not focused on the state right now because he is running for president. Senator Paul's campaign responded by saying that he works hard for Kentuckians with a 94% voting attendance record in the Senate. 7 Democrats and 3 Republicans are running for the Senate seat, and you can see the full list of candidates at WKYT.com.
Construction begins today on the historic Singing Bridge in downtown Frankfort. The bridge has been down to 1 lane and 1 sidewalk since last summer because of load limits. Crews will install new steel on the bridge. They'll have to close the bridge at some point, but when the project is finished around the end of May, 2 lanes will be open on the bridge along with both sidewalks. And they say it's singing because it makes a noise, right?
Well, it has holes in the bottom, you know, so that's why you can also see right through it, but you can hear that sound.
Yeah,
it's cool, yeah.
Well, the Kentucky Wildcats have put together back-to-back wins, and they're a heavy favorite, really, as Missouri comes into Rupp Arena tonight.
Coach Calipari has been getting solid guard play from both Tyler Eulis and Jamal Murray over the last 2 games. Derek Willis also becoming a key contributor for the Cats. At a press conference yesterday, the players say they're communicating better and practice has been more competitive. The Cats tip off against the Tigers at 9 o'clock tonight. The game will air on the SEC network. WKYT this morning, just getting started here on your Wednesday.
Well, not even a day old and a newborn already stopping traffic. We'll tell you why the New York Police Department was right by his side as he came into the world.
We'll finish off in the upper 20s when it's all said and done, and then we head towards your afternoon right around freezing. This is your coldest day in the forecast. It gets much better in the days to come. I'll have that coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Taking a look at I-75 and Winchester Road, the intersection right here in Lexington, headed toward downtown. All looks well there on the highways and byways. I will tell you this, that we're having some refreezing overnight and into at this present time. So you just got to keep in mind that anything that melted yesterday, sidewalks, stairs going out of your house, driving this morning, you're going to run into some slick spots. You got to take it easy out there. This is the type of situation that can cause some problems. We're at 28 degrees there in Richmond. You go off into Lexington, back toward Peaks Mill, stamping ground, off into Scott County and also Georgetown. Frankfort looking good. All of us sitting right around that 30-degree reading, and then you work your way southbound anywhere you go. London, Corbin area, Somerset, Monticello, off 64, Mount Sterling, all the way to Moorhead, right around 30 degrees. So anything that's out there that melted yesterday, yeah, watch out for some of that being ice there on the roadways now. 33 degrees by the afternoon. Now, this is your coldest day in the forecast, and if 33 degrees is your coldest day in the forecast, we're doing all right. We'll look for a mixture of sun and clouds. For the most part, cloudy skies will prevail, but you might be able to see a couple of flurries throughout your day. Nothing that's going to cause any issues. We go throughout the night into tomorrow morning in the 20s. That's at 7 a.m. So kids going off to the bus stop, you heading out to work. Yeah, we're going to be there in the 20s. Pretty chilly morning tomorrow morning. But we rebound very nicely. We'll have scattered clouds here and there. That means some sunshine will peek through. We'll see those temperatures by about 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon in the lower 40s, maybe even some mid 40s down in the southern half of Kentucky. So things are looking good, right? But watch this. Here comes a weak system driving its force off into Thursday night into Friday morning. That could give us a bit of a wintry mix and also a few flakes flying around. Is that going to be a big issue? Absolutely not. We don't expect anything out of it. It's just something to be aware about. As you travel off through the night, most of us will be asleep and waking up Friday morning. We could see a few flakes flying around, but for the most part, it's only about a 30% chance that we actually see that. There on Friday, head toward 4 or 5 p.m. We're back in the 30s, but we have a big jump for the weekend. I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. Check out these shots. Bridget Butler sent this one in. Russell Springs, down in Russell County, southwestern portion of our viewing area. How beautiful is that, man? When you have those clear skies and the snowpack and also snow off in the trees, you can get some really good pictures. These are your Facebook pics of the day and also a really good shot. This was Monday morning. The Sharkey community there near Moorhead, that is Allison Sloan sent that one in. Really, really beautiful shots. I have more coming up. You guys have been sending me awesome pictures. I'll be showing those throughout your morning hours. 7-day forecast here is your look. 33 today. That 20%, mainly just a couple of flurries. That's about it. Thursday is a really nice day. Friday, we bring in that front. Remember, it's really Thursday night and a Friday morning. Not a big issue out of that. No, nothing expected to really cause us some problems there Friday morning. Saturday and Sunday, let's talk about it because that's the best look in our forecast. We've seen it in a long time. Guys, you got to remember, just, 3-4 days ago, we had anywhere from 10 inches on the ground to about 22 inches on the ground. And now we're talking about 50s and 60s in the forecast. Yes, it's Kentucky. It goes up and down and things change. But, man, that's a nice change.
It'd be great if the 50s and 60s would hold out until
would be nice.
March.
But when you get 4 days of those, that's not bad.
That's right. What a wild ride, though.
Yeah,
70-degree Christmas.
I know.
Then this wild storm, and now
down.
this. I'm telling you.
It's great.
All right, rolling toward 5:15 on WKYT.
And something else that was great, had a very happy ending. This story, traffic stalled on a New York freeway Tuesday due to an unlikely cause.
Yeah, a mother was busy giving birth, and the NYPD was helping her deliver. The NYPD tweeted out this picture of the New Yorker. The baby's name is Nicola Wong, and police say that he was delivered along FDR Drive near the United Nations headquarters. International birth there. The infant was taken to the Cornell Medical Center, where he is now reported to be in good condition.
Wow.
All right, so all
Isn't
ends
it
well.
amazing?
Yeah, what a beginning for him, right?
Glad that he's good and in good health.
Good to have you with us here Wednesday morning on WKYT, right in the middle of the week with those warmer temperatures on the way.
Yeah, it's a nice thing, a little bit of relief for us. We've got to look at your money up next.
The big gains for the American real estate market and why the U.S. could soon see more trade with Cuba. I'll have those stories and more coming up in your CBS Money Watch report.
Good morning and welcome back into WKYT this morning. It's about 5:19 and the job market is looking strong in all, but a number of states where the energy sector suffered is also in the news this morning.
And there are big gains for the American real estate market. Kenneth Craig has the latest on your money.
Unemployment dropped in about half of the country last month as employers added new jobs in 36 states. California, Texas, and Florida saw big gains, but low oil prices led to job losses in energy-rich states. The markets rallied Tuesday. The Dow ended up 282 points. The Nasdaq gained 49. Apple is preparing for its first sales drop in 13 years, despite record-breaking revenue for the last 3 months of 2015. The company sold a record 74.8 million iPhones last quarter, but sales showed some of the slowest growth since the iPhone was first introduced in 2007. The giant tech company's forecast in its quarterly earnings report says revenue could fall at least 8.6% in the first quarter of 2016. Good news for Americans selling their homes. U.S. home prices are on the rise, reaching an all-time high in 4 U.S. cities, according to the latest S&P Case-Shiller report. Those gains are fueled by hiring growth, low mortgage rates, and a shortage of houses on the market. That's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, go to cbsmoneywatch.com. In New York, I'm Kenneth Craig.
5:20 now on WKYT this morning. It's good to have you along with us on your Wednesday. We have a lot more news going on and a big ball game tonight as well.
Yeah, a big ball game against Missouri. Sports on the way next.
Tonight, the basketball Wildcats take on Missouri, and the Wildcats' defense is really starting to improve, and we'll also introduce you to the 2015 Sportsman of the Year, and it should be no surprise. Sports is on the way.
Everybody right there at or below freezing this morning. That means anything that melted yesterday, we will have some slick spots there on the roads. Refreezing all night long. 29 degrees there in northern Kentucky. We go into Frankfort at 31, capital of Kentucky, and 30 degrees there, Mountain Parkway in Lexington out at the Bluegrass Airport. So we go through the day, reaching right around 26 to about 29 degrees this morning. It's where we'll all finish off at. And then we go through the day, get rid of those flurries. There are some possible flurries this morning, maybe even some freezing fog down toward the far south. And off toward the afternoon, near freezing, 33 degrees, one of your coldest days in the forecast. But at least we're not seeing anything really falling out of the sky except for those couple of flurries. Mostly cloudy skies. That means you could get some peaks here and there, but for the most part, we'll stay dry with those cloudy skies hanging around. Big temperature bounce this weekend. Boy, does it look good. I'll get into that forecast in just about 10 minutes. First, let's check out sports.
The Wildcats have put together two pretty good games, so they're a heavy favorite as Missouri comes into Rupp Arena later tonight. The Cats have been getting great guard play. Derek Willis is making a big contribution, and as assistant coach Tony Barbee said yesterday, there's been a renewed focus on defense. The players say they're communicating better, and practice has been more competitive.
Especially in practice, we try to stay competitive and get into each other. Those last couple weeks, we kind of backed up in practice and kind of wasn't very competitive, and that's something we really stressed this week, is to stay competitive and go at each other.
We're all coming from different places where we all was the man wherever we came from. So I mean, just trying to get everybody to come together and just talk together as a team was one of the big things that we tried to get accomplished. And I think that when we do that, that our defense is better, our offense is better, and we're playing much better.
So it's another home game for the Cats tonight, and it is of the late variety as UK hosts Missouri. It's a 9 o'clock tip on the SEC network. A top 10 statewide showdown in the city last night. Third-ranked Dunbar, Lafayette ranked number 8 in the latest AP poll, but it was totally one-sided after the first quarter. The Dogs go inside to the big guy, Dontel Brown, and the Boy just powers it off the glass. He's fouled, and then he gives the stare to Ross Jenkins off the miss. Jordan Lewis rebounds one of his 9 assists over the shoulder. 25-foot strike to Tavion Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth with 25. Dogs by 6. Lafayette's Ross Jenkins held to what's got to be a season-low 3 points. His only basket early in the first. To end the first quarter, Darius Williams, boy, that is a smooth jumper. He had 15. And the Bulldogs with a huge rout of Lafayette, 73-42. And American Pharoah voted Sportsman of the Year at the Bluegrass Sports Commission Awards dinner here in Lexington last night. The Triple Crown and Breeders' Cup winner receiving 141 first-place votes and winning by a record margin. John Calipari finishing second in the voting. Western Kentucky quarterback Brandon Dowdy, he was third. That is a look at sports. Enjoy the game tonight and enjoy your day.